These people are big mad with a capital B, because it's you and not them. It was you that was the smart one out of your friends group. It was you that was the anointed one. It was you that God wanted to elevate amongst all your peers. It was you that God wanted to move from your hometown. It was you that was the generational curse breaker in your family bloodline. And these people big mad because it's you and not them. They big mad. And big mad is an understatement. See, they thought they had the gift. They thought they had the anointing. They thought they could mistreat you and push you around. They thought you was a pushover because God chose to hide your value. God hid your value from a lot of people. And people just can't understand why it's you and not them. Why it's you that's always anointed. If they only knew the secret battles you had to fight to get where you are, they wouldn't be so jealous. They wouldn't be so vindictive, mad, upset, making you out to be the bad guy. They didn't know what you had to do to get those blessings. They didn't know what you had to go through. They didn't know the torment you had to face, the spiritual warfare, the abuse from your own parents. For some of you, from your own mother. For some of you, your father. Abuse after abuse. Getting humiliated, treated worse than. You were the type that didn't even have no friends. You had nobody to support you. Do these people really know where you came from? But some of them do know. They still want to spread their hate and turn their nose up at you because they mad because God chose you and not them. These people got a lot of nerve to want to stop the blessings coming your way after all the hell and turmoil you had to go through to get where you are today. You had to go through a lot of battles with people, with places, with things. And people act like they don't see what they do to you. And why you're on another level and why you ain't dealing with them no more. People really act like they can't see why God chose to bless you. They can see it. They just mad because it's you. They mad because God wanted to use you and not them. Some of these people are overly salty because they thought you was going to be the joke of they ridicule your whole life. I'm talking about the people you grew up with, went to school with, high school with. You know, in high school, they got the most likely to succeed during homecoming week and who's going to be this and that. They labeled you as the nobody one. But it's, you can count it all joy and you can laugh saying that. Ha, ha, ha. You can laugh. Count it all joy. Because God had higher plans than that foolishness that they labeled you at in high school. Them peers around you. Ain't none of them about nothing right now. You'll be surprised. They still doing the same stuff in the same mentality they had since high school days. And they big mad because God chose to elevate you alone. Your heart posture was right. Your heart posture was right towards your own family while they abused and mistreated you. It was righteous. My God, my God. You were the one that God chose to break generational curses over your family bloodline, off the family bloodline. And you didn't even know it because God chose you. You didn't choose him. He chose you to do that because he knew the work he put in you and what he did. This is what God is saying. You were the one your generation was looking for. My God, and they couldn't see it. The people you grew up around, your family, because of whatever issues they were going through, they couldn't see you for your light. And if they did see your light, they didn't care. This is why the spiritual warfare was so great, because they were toxic, low vibrational. They didn't know how to break them generational curses. They kept it going. But God called you out, and God said this battle ain't finna be easy for you because you're breaking generational curses. But they big mad. They big mad. Tell them to scratch their behind and get glad. That's what I used to hear growing up. Scratch their behind and get glad because they mad. You don't care about folks being mad at you from your hometown where you came from. You don't care about folks being mad at you from jobs that laid you off or fired you without cause. And God opened up newer doors. 1111. Put 1111 in the comment section. Open up newer doors for you. Because you were called to something glorious, righteous, holy, divine. You're not here to play no games. That's what these people thought. They thought because you were 5 years old, 10 years old, that you was going to be that forever. These people had a lot of nerve. You're not a 5-year-old. You're not a 10-year-old. You are a full-grown woman. And you're shining bright. For some of you, you a full-grown man. You're not a child. You're an adult. But yet they treat you like you still a child. Your family can't see that you grown. Them people that rejected you in high school, people that mistreated you back in the day, jobs that took your kindness for a weakness because they worked you 40-hour shifts or 80-hour shifts, 50-hour days, and because they was paying you the bare minimum, that you didn't understand what was going on and that you were grown and you could make a decision for yourself if you needed to leave that company or not. People can't see that. People really thought you was the dumb one, that they could just treat you any old type of way. God said enough of that. Enough was enough with these people. They tried it. They tried it. But now they big mad because you on fire. You accomplishing things that other people wouldn't. You got spiritual gifts. You better believe you got people mad at you that mistreated you. They mad at you because they mistreated you. You be surprised. You got people mad because they betted on you and they lost. They mad at you for that because they betted on you and they lost. And you wasn't even aware of the bet that they had for you because it was a bet. They mad at you because they lost the bet. You shouldn't be betting on nobody anyway. You took a gamble over another person's life and that person flourishing, surviving, in a whole new place, making it, and got smarter and wiser after all the foolishness and the hell that was over the person's life. You'll be surprised at how many people mad about that. You just keep on looking nice, wonderful. God is renewing your spirit. He's restoring and renewing your spirit for his glory. That's what God is doing. So let them stay big mad. Treat people right. Treat people better. Stop treating everybody like they nothing to nobody. There's plenty of rich people that wear the same clothes, wear the same pants, go out into the world like they ain't got no money and they're nobody. And then they go back home to a big 5-story mansion, 4 or 5 cars in their yard. Go home to a beautiful spouse, at peace. But you wouldn't know that because they don't show that. And then you got all these people that's extra flamboyant, like the people you went to high school with that was very popular. They be all loud and rowdy about everything and they ain't got nothing. But they rather fight or make fun of people because they don't have the latest shoe edition. That's the stuff that when I was growing up in high school, back in 06, 07, 08, that's the stuff people used to make fun of you for. Because you ain't have Air Force Ones. You didn't have a certain pair of shoes. They was the dumbest folks. They was the dumbest people. And they were. Because your shoes don't define you as a person. Maybe that person ain't got no money. Maybe that person parents ain't have nothing. Maybe that person just don't like the Air Force. They like something else. They rather wear the sneakers. But you had these folks making fun of people about that. The very ones that's big mad at you now because you elevated past them. They was the ones that was the class clowns, the laughing stock of the class. That's what they were. And they mad at you because you don't even want to deal with them no more. You don't even fool with them no more. So now they want to call you bougie. You bougie. You bougie. Be bougie. They say you're bougie because you don't want to deal with that type of foolishness, and because you want better for yourself in life. That ain't bougie because you want better for yourself. That's wise. Just because they want to be busted, broke, disgusted, nasty, and miserable, drug addicts, junkies, that don't mean you want to be like that. If you ain't bougie, you're bragging to these folks. You're bragging because you choose to put it out there that God is blessing you because you're happy that God bless you after all the misery you've been through and he brung you out of. And you go and you tell people that's supposed to love you, you tell them how good as God is, and they say you're bragging. No, they just big mad. It's not that you bougie. It's not that you bragging. 2 capital B's. No, they just big mad. Because you ain't the same no more. You grew. You grew for the better. You didn't change for the worse. You grew for the better. And they thought they was better than you because of that. Because you ain't the same no more. Because you chose to learn from life lessons. And you learned some tough life lessons. Tough battles. People always didn't have your best interests at heart. They was only looking out for themselves. And you surpassed these folks up. That's what you did. That's what you did. You passed these people up because you kept going. You didn't let life beat you down. You'll be surprised at how many people let life beat them down, and then they go out there and beat others down because they mad at how life treated them. That ain't the spirit. That ain't how God operates. God said, forgive and move on. Don't forget though. Don't be nobody's doormat. God gonna handle them. He gonna handle the wicked on his own time. You just keep being that light to people that you supposed to be. You are a light to people. People are blessed to see you. Blessed shall you go in, blessed shall you be going out. That's who you are. You are blessed. When people look at you, they're going to say you are blessed because you got right with God. You forsook the things of this world, the wicked things of the world, and you chose to get on that straight and narrow path in righteousness. That's what you chose to do. So rejoice. Rejoice and be glad. This is the day that the Lord has made. We must rejoice and be glad in it. Because tomorrow ain't promised to nobody. I don't care how wicked, overly wicked the person is, overly righteous the person is. Tomorrow ain't promised to no one. People performing all this witchcraft and mad at you because their witchcraft attacks didn't work on you. They big mad about that. It wasn't supposed to work. You covered by the blood of Yeshua. You anointed. You protected by the Holy Spirit. It wasn't supposed to work. What they thought this was. What did they think that was about? You covered. You'd be surprised how many people mad because you survived the attacks, the witchcraft spells, the black magic, the voodoo that they placed over you. They mad at you because it backfired on them. What? How you mad at the person because you did some evilness to against the person in their destiny and it backfired on you because you put out that energy? You mad at that person for that? Talk about misplaced anger. Some of these folks got misplaced anger on why their lives the way it is and why they so evil. Misplaced anger. Mad at you when they should be mad at themselves. Don't be mad at you because you said no to their foolishness. Don't be mad at you. These people just don't get that though. So let them be big mad because God want to use you in this season and not them. Let them be big mad because they prejudged you too soon without fully getting to know you, or not being ignorantly thinking that you wasn't going to grow up and that you wasn't going to change for the better. That's their fault that they thought that way about you, not yours. You are walking in your power. God is calling you to walk in your power. So continue to walk in your power and not worry about these people that's big mad, that want to say you're bougie, that want to say you're bragging because God is blessing you. Tell them to take it up with God, not with you. Take it up with God and not you. We the Diamond Royals. Until next time. Bye-bye.